Welcome back. This week I'm going to be doing an interior detail on the Impreza to get the inside looking as good as the outside. But first, there is one exterior job left, and that is to prep and fit this facelift rear bumper so that the rear matches the front. So, let's get the car out of the booth and crack on. With 3 layers of top coat applied, it's time to leave the bumper to cure and make a start on the next job. And that job is of course sorting out the filthy interior. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the front seats in order to gain better access to all the nooks and crannies. So with the pedals, kick plates and door cards all scrubbed clean, I now need to do the dash and centre console. But first I need to remove the steering wheel. You will see why a little later on. So with the interior now spotless, I can turn my attention to the seats. As you can see, they are a bit grubby, so what I'll have to do is vacuum them to get rid of all the loose dirt, and then give them a good shampoo to get rid of all the more stubborn staining, and then I can take care of the bobbling on the Alcantara, as it really ruins the look of the seats. So, let's crack on with it. No matter how many times I do this job, it always amazes me how much dirt that comes out of seats. And just remember, this is only the driver's seat so far. Imagine the dirt that will be in here once I do the passenger seat and the rear bench. With the seats cleaned and set aside, I can move on with restoring the steering wheel. Now, as you can see here, the colour has started to wear off. Now, what I have to do to fix this is I have to feather out the edges of where the colour has started to come off. The leather underneath is still in perfect condition, it's just the top layer of colour. So, just like paintwork on a car, I have to feather out the areas where the colour has started to wear off. I will do that with 800 grit wet and dry and some soapy water. Once the edges are all feathered out, I will give the wheel a clean and then recolour the full wheel with black leather dye and let it cure. And the wheel should look as good as new. So, let's get on with it. So with the worn areas feathered out nicely and the rest of the wheel scuffed up, it's time to apply some fresh colour. With the worn areas now built up with 3 layers of colour, I can give this area a very light sanding to flat down this texture, and then it will look just the exact same as this non-worn piece. And then I'll give it a quick wipe down, and then one more layer of the colour, and the wheel will be looking as good as new, and you will never know it's been repaired. And with this last layer applied, the colour is nice and even, and once it dries, the wheel will look as good as new. So what I need to do now is just set it to the side to cure and get on with the next job. I got this little battery powered lint shaver off eBay for not a lot of money. So let's see what kind of job it does on the Alcantara. Well, it's not perfect, but compared to what was there before, it looks 100 times better. And this is the amount of lint that came off just that one panel, so quite a lot as you can see. So let's get all the other panels done. So with the interior clean and the rear bumper fitted, that completes all the jobs I had to do on the car. All that's left to do now is rack up a few more miles before getting it remapped to unlock its full potential. But until then, I have a lot of restorations to catch up on, as well as revealing the next big project, which is an awesome one. I'm sure my patrons will back me up on that in the comment section. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and will leave a like, a comment and hit that subscribe button. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon.